Going to start with unit number 13, environmental pollution, and we are going to cover page number 118 to 119. Human needs produce different kinds of waste. So basically this means that we need, as human beings, we need different things for our survival. For our needs are different. We basic needs of ours are food, we need protection, we need clothes. These different needs, they affect the environment, and environment also affects our life. And our human activity, it produces a lot of waste. This waste is not handled properly, damages the environment. So basically the waste that human produce, if it is not handled properly, then it can damage the environment. When the environment damaged by harmful things, it is polluted. So when the environment is damaged, then you can't get pure things from the environment, and environment gets polluted. We produce a lot of waste every day. Have you ever thought how long this waste will last? So during our daily routine or in our life, we produce different kind of waste, and the material or they are also different that we use and we produce, that we just throw as waste. So if you look at this picture, then you can see here a scenario that if the waste is not handled properly, and if we produce a lot of waste and we do not decompose it, so what will happen, our earth will be affected badly. So here we are going to discuss about two important type of waste that we produce in our daily life. Here I am going to explain you about two different kinds of waste. One is biodegradable waste and the second kind is non-biodegradable waste. If you look at your book, then for biodegradable, it is written when a bird dies or a leaf falls off a tree, it eventually decomposes. This means that it is broken down by bacteria and fungi into simpler components like water, carbon dioxide, and plant nutrients. This is nature's own way of recycling. When such materials biodegradable, this origin of any biodegradable material is also living things such as plant or animal. So they are saying biodegradable waste are those waste that are decomposed, they convert and they are broken down into simpler particles naturally. Bacteria or fungi, what happens is bacteria and fungi, they act on them and they convert them into simpler material. Now we'll talk about non-biodegradable waste. Not all waste produces are biodegradable. When something cannot decompose or decay for many years, we call it non-biodegradable. So non-biodegradable is an object that cannot be decomposed into organic and environmentally safe waste product. This is unlike biodegradable object which can easily be decomposed by soil bacteria into organic and safe waste. So non-biodegradable are the materials or the waste that are not decomposed naturally, but biodegradable waste, they are decomposed naturally. So here a question arises that the materials that cannot decompose naturally, then how we can decompose them. Now we are going to discuss about some biodegradable and non-biodegradable material, and then I'm going to tell you how we can recycle the non-biodegradable material and we can convert into a new thing. There are some examples of non-biodegradable and biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste are usually the wet waste because they contain water, and non-biodegradable waste are usually the dry waste that do not contain water. If you talk about biodegradable waste, then you have cooked food like vegetables and fruits. They can decompose naturally, including food, eggshells, bones, uncooked vegetables, including fruits and vegetable peels, fruit and flower waste, fallen leaves, and other compostable material, kitchen waste. So these are basically the biodegradable waste. Non-biodegradable waste: paper, plastic, wood, fabric, cloth rags, metal, glass, rubber, resin, leather, thermocol. So such kind of materials, they cannot decompose naturally. If you, I can also give you some examples of biodegradable material. Like if you have a piece of bread, you put the bread, after some days you will see that it will start turning green, it will have molds on it. That means that different kinds of microorganisms like mold, it has acted on the bread. But if you put a plastic bottle and you see it after 5 days, then it will remain as it is. There will be no bacteria or fungi or other microorganism that act on them. So here is a point that how we can recycle them. So recycling of solid waste. So the word recycling basically means that we convert a existing thing into a new thing. Recycling refers to the collection and process of waste material. Many of the material we consider as waste can actually be reprocessed and used for recycling of for new product in order to protect our environment and our planet. Materials for recycling may be collected separately from general waste using dedicated bins. So if you go to bigger malls or shops, then you can see that they have different kinds of dustbins, and there are different tags written on them. Like in one you can put the papers, in the other you can put plastics, the cans you can put in another. So there are sections in a basket, and they are usually tagged that you can put this thing in that and that thing in the other bin. So recycling materials which do not decompose can be recycled. So here a question arises, what sort of materials we can recycle? So those materials, I'm basically talking about the non biodegradable materials which do not decompose. What we can do is we can convert it them into a new thing and we can use them again. Bottles can be crushed and the glass can be used again. Newspaper and other things, kinds of papers can be pulped and made into cards and cardboards. Tin, steel, and metals can be melted and recycled. Sometimes we find other ways to use such materials, for example, into new structures. So, here is another way that plastic bottles, when you have plastic bottles, you can also make different kinds of flower vasks with them. You can decorate them and you can make pencil cases with them. So, it depends upon the idea that how you can use the thing. But you know that it cannot be decomposed, so the best thing is that we recycle it and make a new substance out of it. So this is all about your recycling of solid waste.